Welcome to Tesla Festivus. And it is December 23rd, Thursday, last trading day of the market before Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you want to call it, to you and your family. As we sit here, Tesla is rallying, as we probably know. 1,066 sitting on Tesla. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear. I'm a little bit early to the stream, but that's just the way it goes. I really had nothing else to prepare for before this. I was a couple minutes early. John, Mark, Brian, how's it going? Great American Rodfather. Marcos, Mega Shanes, how's it going, folks? Let me know in the chat if everything's coming in clear. T-Mac, how's it going? 1,066.50. Taranth. Brian's audio is good. Okay, perfect. Appreciate it. Sanju, Armad, welcome. So here we go on Tesla Festivus. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. The sweater is awesome, says Ravko. I appreciate it. Here, why don't I give you a little sneak peek? Okay, I'm going to turn off the cameras or the lights for a second. All right, hold on. I think this is the success. Oh, let me turn this down. Okay, hold on. The amount of work I've put into my set. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's flickering. Hold on. We're having a malfunction with the sweater. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Just trust me, it lights up, all right? I give up. Maybe the batteries died, to be quite honest. I've used it way too much. Let me turn back these lights, studio lights. There we go. All right. I don't know. I've been literally sitting here turning on the sweater for the last like 15 minutes, just chilling, getting ready for the stream. The minute the stream goes live, the lights don't want to come on, obviously. How's it going? Okay, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. City, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. Denmark, how's it going? Has Santa arrived? Yes, I think Santa has arrived. 1,068. Folks, we are rallying on the juju that we're bringing into the stream. Let me make the candles a little bit more dramatic for effect. Let me read out some city states. Roger from South Carolina, welcome. Santa Rally, yes, indeed. Oregon Cash Flow Pro. James, how's it going? Did Yashu just leave an ugly sweater contest? Listen, I bought this specifically this year because folks, we are rallying on this sweater malfunction. I'm one of those people that have always wanted to own multiple ugly sweaters, but I just couldn't get myself to pull the trigger and buy one. It's a stupid investment if you think about it, right? But I finally bought one a couple weeks before a Christmas party, and it's a good investment. I've probably worn it twice on stream already, 2 other dinner parties. I think I've got my money's worth out of it. Okay, London, New Zealand, London is as well from Sanju, Irvine, California, Long Island, Palm City, Florida. I'm gonna have a Juju Zingo, says Edward. Edward, I got the Juju. Thanks for reminding me. Let me peel one up here. So let's break 1,070. Remember, Hive Day is 1,072. Let's see if we can't bring it past up there. Steve from Winter Garden, Florida. Good area. Germany, Jacksonville. Julio, how's it going? Stockholm, Sweden. Madison, Wisconsin. Let me know as well if you're watching on the replay. Feel free to comment where you guys are tuning in from. Sydney, Australia. Germany, Cologne. Marco, you're in Germany now. Look at that. I hope you're staying safe out there. Ontario, I love this weather. Thank you. All right says if you're a Tesla investor, you should be more environmentally conscious than buying a Christmas sweater with batteries. You can't win them all, folks. You can't win them all. Watts, California, never looked pale. Hermosa Beach, Tanzania. Wow, Big Island, Hawaii, Milwaukee, Long Island again. Silver Spring, Quebec, London. Like button smash. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Orlando, do natural Juju lollipops work? Only one way to find out. Let's eat. Germany, Vermont, Santa's Village. Digital, how's it going? Fat in Vancouver, but not the Vancouver that I'm in. Urban, Victoria. There we go. Let's do it. All right, Madison, Wisconsin, Dallas. Dallas was the last city I think I visited outside of Canada. Dallas, because of COVID. Hello from Vancouver. Wow, we got some local folks in here. Let's do it. A good day in Vancouver today. It was finally sunny. 1,065 sitting on Tesla. Now, RS on our Discord has gotten a screenshot of the light up of the sweater. Listen, it's not fake news. The sweater actually does light up. and I feel obliged to share it with everyone. Thank you for the screenshot, my friend. Let me post this up here. Look, it's not fake news. The sweater actually does light up, and here is proof of it. I had to turn off the studio lights. Trust me, it was a whole ordeal. If you've skipped it, I don't even recommend going back. It's kind of a it's kind of a shit show to for no better words there. But look, thank you for the screenshot. I think we're gonna rally past on this news. This is why the Juju Gang's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so as we sit here at 1064 sitting on Tesla, one thing to note, okay, is and going back to business here for a hot second. If you look at the S&P 500, we're up 80 basis points. The Qs, the Nasdaqs, we're up 87 basis points, right? And we are seeing some macro weakness to start Power Hour at least. But one thing interesting is if you look at the Nasdaq ETF, average volume on a day is. Do I have average volume sitting up here? Hold on. Volume for the day is 21 million. Average volume is. I had it on my Interactive Brokers, but I don't know if I have it on my Webull. One second. This is. I have a point with where I'm going on this. I think. Okay. Average volume on the Nasdaq ETF is about 50 million. Today we're sitting at 21 so far. An hour left. Low volume. S&P 500 ETF. Average volume 33 million or 78 million. Today, hour to close, we have 33 million shares traded. What I'm trying to say is if you look at Tesla, volume for the day is 27 million shares traded. Average volume is 26 million shares traded. So when ETF volume is low, when macro volume is low, makes sense, right? It's day before Christmas or Christmas Eve. But yet we're seeing massive volume in a stock like Tesla up 5.5%. If I pull up my EV auto watch list, you'll see Ford's not up that much, 50 basis points. There's nothing really comparable to how far Tesla's up today. This points to window dressing. There's essentially targeted buying in a stock. And so the strength today is quite nice to see on larger volume. Okay. And Dan Ives was actually live on CNBC right before I went live. So hopefully I can pull up some sort of a recorded video and we can react to it. By the way, I got a question for you for read this. Yashi, you should interview Gary Black. Thanks for the recommendation. I've already reached out to Gary. I don't think he's I don't think he's interested. Maybe if enough of you guys bug him for it, maybe he will, but I don't think he's interested. He hasn't replied to me, is what I'm saying. But we have Tom Nash coming on in January. So we'll take that for sure. Tom's awesome. Chicago, what's up? Snowing obnoxiously. You know what? It might actually snow in Vancouver for Christmas. Cross my fingers. It might actually snow here. Orlando, Florida. I do love Orlando. Alex says, am I wrong to think Tesla might inflect downwards? Do you mean like to end the day? I mean, it's possible. Macro is not looking amazing to start the Power Hour session. Again, like I said, S&P 500 showing some weakness, although it's bouncing back up here in the 1 minutes. The Qs as well. But folks, we're up 5.5%. I had to update the title of this stream like multiple times just to keep it accurate because I think I titled it up 3% at one point. Tyler, how's it going? I know I feel you, Chris. And yeah, Nicola is up massively as well. It is. On what news? I am not entirely sure. Hold on. Let me just eat another juju here. Okay. Don't leave your closing price guesses now. But just remember, at 12:45, about 40 more minutes here, we're going to play our closing price guess. Closest prize is virtual juju. Surinder, welcome to the channel membership. Appreciate you joining. Remember, any channel member on YouTube over $5, which is investor level and up, connect yourselves, connect your YouTube account on Discord, and you can get access into our Discord. If you join on Patreon on any level, it starts at $5 there. You get direct access through there as well. If you want to join the Juju Gang, appreciate it. Thank you for the membership. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Yeah, Steve says, do you have antlers on your Tesla? Steve, great question. Yes, I do. My good friend James had bought me a Christmas gift a couple years ago and got me an antler set with a Rudolph the nose. Last year, we rocked it around all around town. This year, I was actually thinking about putting it on today. I totally forgot to. It's sitting in my parents' garage. I'm going to have to go pick that up and put it on. Yes, I do. Let's do it. 1064 sitting on Tesla. Let's check out algo flows, shall we? Ooh, beautiful photo. Hold on. Okay. Tesla options order flow is looking pretty decent, especially at a longer term level. This is Trade Ticks. If you don't know, link in the description if you want to try them out. They conglomerate all the options order flow into an algo score, or they try to at least. And when the algo score is above the current stock price, like we are seeing it currently right now on a multi day basis, this goes back to December the 3rd. So this is 30-minute candle increments. But the algo flow currently, in terms of a target for Tesla, and again, this could change based on the options order flow that comes in, is currently close to 1150. 1150 is currently where that target. Actually, it's probably more than that, but no, let's say 1150. So options wise, we got some positivity showing back up. If you look at the call versus put volume, yesterday I talked about how that that margin is widening. Again, we're seeing it today as well. Call versus put open interest shrinking up a little bit. I don't really care too much about open interest. Guess it's a good metric to have. You'll see that historical premiums for in the options market for Tesla have dramatically ramped up as of yesterday. Kind of a step change up in how much premium we're seeing back into the markets in Tesla. What that means for next week, I guess we'll see. And implied volatility has come back up. Gamma exposure. So I look to really just the big levels here, and you'll see 1050 is a big level, meaning there's some dampening effect there, but we're already past it. And then the next big level is 1100, positive gamma. And again, positive gamma would mean you get a dampening effect into that strike. So as 1100 approaches, market makers can sell on the rips up to 1100. So it's kind of more of a natural resistance than if you had a super red candle for gamma exposure here, which would feed into that rip up. So kind of a natural resistance looking at 1100. Who knows? Maybe we gap up and past it next week. Um, so nothing massive there. I can pull up the options live order flow so we can take a look as we finish off the day here. Let's pull up Tesla. Let's pull up out the monies and let's pull up short term only. All right. So as soon as short term put or call option flow comes in, we'll take a look at it. 1064 sitting on Tesla. Grant says I'm not comfortable with options. Have to play simple long term hold sleep better for my case. Totally, totally. Whatever helps you sleep at night at the end of the day is what I think, right? Like I'm no prog cost. At the end of the day, I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if it helps you sleep better at night, I think it's totally the way to go. That's why I think like short term options. We talked about. Uh, did anyone buy? Someone commented yesterday on the live stream. Did, someone in chat commented saying they're debating buying the 1050 strike call. Did anyone buy that? It was selling for like $2. I think they're like $10 now. You can check. Did anyone buy that? No, they're $15 right now. Crazy. Curious if anyone bought that. Stefan says, when's the next day trading day after Christmas? It should be Monday, no? Yeah, it should be the 27th, I think. Ryan, how's it going? Is Elon selling now? I think Elon was selling in the mornings. Or this morning, I should say. I think he was selling this morning. If you look at the graph, hold on 1 second. If you look at the graph, you'll see. I think Elon was selling the first little bit of the day. That original pop back or that original dip past 1,000 down below to 997. I think he probably had sold at that point. Um, I think that's kind of what he did yesterday as well, right? So, alrighty. All-time new highs? No, all-time highs are a little bit away. We're all-time highs are 1243 intraday. So we got some work to do there. Griffin says I take delivery in January. Griffin, awesome. No update on the EV credit, right? The EV credit's not getting passed. It looks like probably till March or something. Let's see here. Griffin says also sad I couldn't get the new wireless charger before it sold out in the store. Super cool power bank. The well, I think your Tesla should come with a wireless charger right underneath the center console, underneath the screen. Those should be wireless. Or are you saying that you didn't get those? Renee, congrats. There we go. Oh, okay, new post. Let me check it out. See on Twitter what we got. Thanks for leaving the comments. Let's see here. Just verify that we got some news here. Sawyer is saying on Twitter, I got a good feeling Giga Berlin will get formal approval the week of January 3rd to 7th. After that, Tesla could start pumping out cars within 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe late Jan. The report from weeks ago say that the aim to do 1,000 per week off out the gate is too high. Of course, approval won't happen if more questions and things pop up. My hope is okay. So yeah, we're still looking at that beginning of January timeline for Giga Berlin, which makes sense. Hey, you know what? We might get Austin news you know, this weekend. Cross my finger. Maybe next week. It looks like Austin should be coming online pretty soon here. Rob, Yash, do you feel like Tesla stock is becoming more immune to FUD? No, Rob, I don't think so. I think not yet, not yet, because well, here's the thing: when Tesla is relatively strong as a stock, meaning comparatively to macro and its category of stocks, it's outperforming. FUD really has not done much to it. It's when Tesla has been relatively weak, right? When there's been not a lot of inflows into the stock, that FUD has been ultra susceptible on the stock. So I just think we're in the phase of when currently in the last couple of days we're back in the phase of just Tesla being strong, and I think that's on the backs of window dressing predominantly is my opinion on this. I think window dressing probably continues into next week as well. Again, funds have till the end of the year to window dress if they want to. Perhaps what we're seeing now is a front running before window dressing. Even I guess you could argue that this is already the window dressing, and maybe it's already baked in. Perhaps I guess we'll find out. But I think a lot of the funds that sold thinking Elon is going to drag this out, take a long time, sell weakness, 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 front run. Hedge funds were front running his sales. I think that's kind of undone itself a little bit. So, that kind of all feeds into this. Again, I think the Austin news will be big. The Berlin news will be big, albeit I'm not sure entirely how. I guess the real question is: does the market want to wait for these factories to come online before it starts pumping Tesla up, or do they more care about production or cars being delivered? What's the catalyst? What's the main catalyst? As we approach Berlin and Austin coming online, and Tesla continues to rally, I guess you could say it's more of the latter. Cars being delivered. But remember, we're still $200 pretty much off highs of when Elon put out the poll. And technically, I mean, fundamentally speaking, not much has changed since then. Yes, macro has come back down, and yes, interest rates will probably be going up next year. So there is some macro there. It's the Christmas cyber whistle rally. Yeah. Steve says date Texas goes online. We don't have a date yet for that. Thinking end of the year, right? Let's see here. Doesn't look Griffith says doesn't look like it, but I'll just take delivery. Hope it's retroactive. Yeah, the EV credit. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Hey, if the EV credit will be retroactive or not, we'll find out soon enough. See here. He keeps calling me. Jeff says, does elderberry zinc lozenge count as juju? Feel better, Jeff. Yes, let's take it for today. And on that note, let's have another juju. Listen, I don't have coffee today. I got black tea for the day. I'm kind of pissed too because I forgot to buy oat milk. I like to put a little bit of oat milk in my black tea. Call me weak. Call me a paper hands guy. I don't care. I like a little bit of oat milk in the black tea. Unfortunately, we ran out. I'm here drinking black tea and having oranges. what is life? Yesterday we were having cinnamon buns. Tardy grade on our Discord server said, "Are you going to be buying cinnamon buns again? Because perhaps it's keeping the price sticky on the downside." And I thought that made sense. And yet here I am eating oranges, so another one, and having black tea. I don't know. Try my sweater again. We'll see. Renee, by far the best stream to end your day on. Thanks, Yashi. Merry Christmas to you and your family. You as well, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Try your sweater again. Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm going to do a dry run. What a joke. You know, you buy novelty items for times like right now. And when does it bring you down? In times like right now, unfortunately. Oh, Ryan, sorry. There you go. I'm terrible with names. I apologize. Exit, thank you for the $20 super chat. Merry Christmas, Yashi. Thanks for your contribution to the community. I appreciate it. Thank you, Exit, very much for your positivity. Appreciate it. What's oat milk? If you don't know what oat milk is, you're missing out, my friend. Tyler, go to the store. Go to the store. Get some oat milk. Do yourself a favor. How do they milk the oat? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know if the battery's dead. To be honest, I think the wires. I think the wires off. I gotta solder it back on. To be honest. Cinnabuns. Yes. John says my sweater needs some 4680 battery cells. Honestly, it does. 1064 is sitting on Tesla here, folks. 25 more minutes until our closing price guess. Don't get your guesses in just yet. Anything can happen in the next 25 minutes as we sit here. Pop the options order flow to keep us entertained here. CNBC is not really pulling much up. Here we're just talking about JD.com. Don't really care too much about it. Options order flow wise, let's take a look here. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. So some put sweeps coming on the ask. Pretty low volume here. 1,070 for next week though coming in. That's pretty much at the money though. 1,130 strike, about 100K's worth. 1,200 strike for next week, 34K worth, so not a lot. Some puts being sold, so pretty bullish flow coming in for next week. Essentially, 75% calls coming in for next week's on the short term out the money, and about $100 million worth of premium. So, and about 74% of them being sweeps. Some puts coming in. So, nothing massive at the moment. If I take this off and I just put in Tesla greater than 1 million, these are the flows today that have come in greater than $1 million worth of premium on Tesla. A lot of flow has come in. I'll tell you what, some days we'll only have one page worth of data, and today it's 4 pages worth of $1 million plus worth of option premium. So pretty big. So keep an eye on that. Tesla hasn't moved at all in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah. Just it's waiting for us. It's waiting for us. 1,062.95 sitting on Tesla. GG drinks. We win some more. Oh man, this is bad. Victoria, how's it going? Pondering calls for January. Wait till next week. What a world. Yeah, here's the problem, right? I bought January out the monies. Actually, back then, yeah, they were out the money. Not a lot though. There were 1,250 strike, I think, and I bought them for $18, $18 or $16. Jeffrey, thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you too. Many Jujus to come. Indeed. Thank you, my friend. I bought them for 16 or $1,700, and they're currently trading for. Let me pull it up right now. I think they were the first. This is the problem. Is I think they were the first week of Jan. Obviously, terrible timing. And now they're currently selling for. I can't get through the Weeble. They're selling for like $9 at the moment. $9. So yesterday they were like $2, $3. I could have averaged down, or the other day they were like $3. could have averaged down, but I'm trying to get away from the habit of averaging down on my shorter term duration positions. So yeah, 1,060 sitting on Tesla. Looks like we're having some selling to end the day here. Perhaps this is Elon. I guess we won't know till later. On the 5 minute, I'd like to see us continue to hold the the 50 EMA on the 5 minute at 1,060. So let's see if we can hold it, or what is this, 1,061. See if we can hold that there. You guys still talking about nut milk in the chat? Uh, Here's the thing, okay? With the amount of catalyst perhaps Tesla has coming, and again, this timing is going to depend. But we know for a fact that delivery numbers will be coming out 2nd or 3rd of January. So we have that baked in. We know that earnings call. And by the way, these are for better or for worse, right? They can be catalysts, they cannot be. But these are events that are priced into options. Delivery numbers coming in. I think deliveries are going to be massive, especially a blessing in disguise, really, with the EV credit not being passed, is that anyone that thought to delay their delivery, and trust me, there was a lot of people, anecdotally speaking, and again, plural of anecdote is not data, but take it for what it's worth, had thought about delaying delivery until post January to get the EV credit, are not going to have any incentive to wait now. What's the point? If you're in line, take it. Teslas are already way more expensive. Why risk your reservation and then have to get in the back of the line and also pay retail price now? Again, we're going to have a mass influx of people wanting to take deliveries, way more than if the EV credit was passed locally, at least in North America. Canada's different. And so, someone just came in. And as we move forward, we have earnings call, probably 3rd week of January, maybe pushing it, maybe 4th week of January. Um, End of Jan. And on top of that, Austin and Berlin are mixed in there. We don't know when, we don't know which day, but one of these days we're probably going to wake up to Berlin being approved, Austin being approved. One of these days, it's bound to happen. Who knows when? Berlin, it looks like the going consensus is beginning of Jan. Austin, who knows, by the end of the year. And so Elon Candle. Yeah, 1,060 still sitting on Tesla. Again, like to see us back up and above 1,061 here, just technically speaking, but we'll find out. Um, oh wow. Oh, that orange was like, I think I just turned into a super taster. That orange, I've never tasted an orange like this before. I've had a lot of oranges in my life, I'll tell you that, folks. Whoa. Wow, something's different with that orange. I don't know if it's a good or bad way, but explosion. Okay, sorry, I was caught off guard. Elon orange. Okay, I don't know. It tasted like extra tropical. I don't know. No, it wasn't bad. It was good. It was like almost tasted like a star fruit mixed in there. Almost. Or a passion fruit almost. I don't know. It tasted extra tropicy. Tropically? I don't know. You guys get it, okay? Not an English major. Um Yeah, Karsten makes a good point. Major pending catalyst could be the product roadmap reveal by Elon in January. Yes, great point. Yeah, right. That's a big one as well. Who knows why is Elon coming back on the earnings call? Obviously, he wants to release something material to us to be able to update us on. So yeah, absolutely. That's a big one. No, this is not like a tangerine. It tasted different. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure. I'm gonna have another one. That's pretty good. When you don't expect it, it just hits you a little bit different. Okay, reclaiming 1,061. Enough of the orange talk. Monsanto. Monsanto orange. Maybe it was. Who knows? Um, yeah. Hey, let's see if that brings us some good luck. Victoria says, love seeing VIX slow. Yes. Great. Yes. Good call out. VIX is under $18. Great to see it back low. Here's what is bringing VIX down. It's that there's a UK study done that shows about 50 to 70% less hospitalizations with the Omicron. So that's awesome news. That's a UK study that just came out, I think, today. So really awesome news there. Obviously, uh, the amount of transmissibility is worrying and is a problem, but it's good to see that it's a milder, at least hospitalization speaking strain. Hold on. Carter says, new here. Look at the chart for the last 2 years. Big spike from the end of January through or end of December through mid January. Gamma squeezes. Debatable. I think what had brought in the rally in 2019 specifically. If I go back to 2019, I think I have it labeled here actually. End of 2019, beginning of 2020. Don't forget that was when Shanghai was coming online, right? And so, here we go, right here. So end of 20 There we go. End of 2019 to beginning of 2020, we saw a rise pretty massively. Post split basis, $67 all the way to 1,000 or 178 bucks, right? So massive, massive move in Tesla. I think that was when it pretty much almost hit $1,000 for the first time a share pre split. That was, I think, on the backs of Shanghai. I think that was on the back of Shanghai. Last year, very different, right? And remember, this is all contextual. Last year, who remembers what happens at the end of last year, December? Anyone want to remind us what happened? I think, damn, I'm fine. S&P 500 inclusion. Yeah, you got it. So S&P 500 inclusion was December of last year. Actually, it was the channel birth date recently. The first ever live stream done on the channel was S&P inclusion date. Awesome live stream. I had no idea what I was doing. Didn't know how tech worked. I prepared for like 2 days for this stream. Um, S&P. Yeah, I'll come get it. So yes, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I promise, I'm fine. 1,059 sitting on Tesla. Um, let's see here. Seeing some weakness to end the day. Remember, I mean, at the end, macros are coming down as well. I think that's predominantly what we're seeing here. Let's see what the last half an hour brings to us. CNBC is talking about Crocs, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd bring them up. So, and now they're talking about Peloton. So I don't think that brings us any interest. So we'll see. Shaitan, what about the Tesla Semi after Nikola up 18% on the day on the news of one truck delivered? Yeah, I mean, I'm still more than averagely bullish on Tesla Semi than the average Tesla investor, I think. I think Tesla Semi is misunderstood. I think the opportunity is quite high. I think it's something that Wall Street understands fundamentally a lot better, maybe even than retail auto. So I think Tesla Semi, especially coupled with technology with full self-driving tech and autopilot tech, it's a game changer. You talk about much needed technology truck drivers need. And if anyone's a truck driver in the chat, let me know. Imagine having autopilot on your trips with semis. Game changer, right? Truck drivers have to drive a long time. It's so easy to fall asleep, get tired. Human error, like the amount of skill that you need to drive a truck is way more than the average person gives truck drivers any credit for, especially those long haul trips. So I've never driven a semi. I don't know. um, yeah, I saw a funny joke on the Nikola, but I'm not going to share it. It's on our Discord. Um, Tesla FSD semi FSD sounds so dangerous. I think it sounds the opposite. Can you imagine that? Like, imagine a convoy situation of Tesla semis, right? Where you have one group leader and you put three in a row, three semis in a row. Okay, you autopilot FSD all of them. You can have a convoy situation where you only really need a driver for one, right? So yeah, someone says I'm a trucker. I burn an ungodly amount of expensive diesel. Yeah, not to mention that is what is yeah, exactly. So, but we need 4680s for that. DJ convoy mode for semis is where it's at until FSD is released. That's huge, right? You can multiply essentially the output just by that. So, I think that's huge. And we talk about drag efficiency as well. Was it MythBusters? They did that whole sequence to see if if you tailgate a semi, which do not recommend doing how much more efficiency do you get in your car? And this is a marginal amount, I think, right? Jordan says they won't need us. Yeah, I mean that's again with technological disruption. I get it. There's a degree of we don't want change, but I think I think you do need truck drivers. You can't have a semi show up with no one, or I think you still semis would probably be the last thing to be 100% fully automated, just because the trips are so long, and you probably need someone to offload cargo and all this stuff and between stops. Ubers are probably the first one to get automated just because at the end of the day, you look at Waymo, love them or hate them, they're doing it already. And situations are, 15-minute drives, 10-minute drives. You're not talking about a 2-day journey. So, and also the cost of Tesla is the cost of fuel. Yeah. In 2 years, it pays for itself with fuel alone. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing we're going to have to figure out is how, what is viability of charging stations for semis. PepsiCo just installed their own Tesla semi charger, right? So there's that whole infrastructure is going to need to be made for that. But there's money in that. Logistics is kind of where it's at. We talk about supply chain issues today. Like that's one of the biggest issues we face today in a post-COVID society. Not even post-COVID. Tesla bot can do that. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah. So Griffin says Starlink and airplanes. Yeah, Elon tweeted the other day. He said, go contact your airlines to get Starlink in there. It's a matter of time. Airplane internet is so bad, right? So first world problem, but it's not a. I think Starlink is solving a bigger issue when it comes to um, third world countries. Okay, I'm gonna check to see if I don't have anything closing. I recommend you guys do the same. We have about 25 minutes till close here. Just gonna check if anything is expiring for the day. I bought some February Uber today, just as a not a YOLO position because it's February, but TradeeTix gave me a signal in their trading flows today. Let's see how it pans out. Only bought a couple of contracts, but one of the signals, whenever they get more than 10 orders, I take notice usually. It was a February 18th strike, 47.5 strike, Uber call when it was at $44. So I took a couple of these for Feb. Uber generally, I think, has a really good December. Let me just check here. I think I remember seeing how seasonally awesome. Yeah, December for Uber is just a it says it's almost 100% win rate for Uber in December. I don't even believe that. Don't even believe that. Almost 100. So let's see what next week brings for us on Uber. Just took them as kind of a fun play. I guess we'll find out. Back to Tesla. We got 1,060 sitting on Tesla here. Uh, Tyler says I can confirm that drafting behind a semi is real. Riding cycles, getting close to semi, and you can back off the throttle. Almost feels like you're being sucked into the back. Very dangerous game, my friend. I hope you don't play that game, but for sure, physics are there. But oh man, be safe out there, especially on motorcycles. I don't ride motorcycles. I just feel like I don't trust myself with the amount of danger I would put myself in. How vulnerable I can get in a motorcycle. I've always wanted to be a bike. Is it a bike head? What? Uh, whatever. I've always wanted to, but I just don't trust myself. I know myself. I'd put myself in probably way too much danger. 1,061 curling back up here, and let's see where Tesla brings us into close. We'll see. Marcel says, "Can you please explain the natural 1,100 USD break?" I didn't get that. When did I say something about that? Maybe clarify what I said because I forget what I said. Yeah, don't draft. Steve says. Thanks, Jason. Nick says 4680 battery cells and gear castings in Austin or Berlin are going to be are going to make manufacturing easier to scale and drive margins like crazy. Cars will be in a quantum shift with quality with those new tech. That's it, Nick. Right? Like if we look at, by the way, we're curling back up 1,062 sitting on Tesla. I'm going to pull up hypercharts here. Not affiliated with them, but go check them out. I think Gally does a good job with them. If you look at gross margin, folks, let me see if everything fits in here. Tesla gross margin last quarter, just auto, I think this is what it discerns here. 26.6, I think it was over 30. In fact, this might be X ZEV credit though, right? Yeah, I think it's X ZEV credit. Operating margin, 14.5%. 14.5%. And then profit margin, 11.76% last quarter. This is without 4680 battery cells. This is, like you say, without giga castings. It's, and we talked about this the other day on Tuesday with Matt on Good Soil. It's just so much to look forward to. Not to mention, if FSD gets released city streets US wide, let's say mid next year, maybe that's what going timeline is currently. That's a lot of deferred revenue to unlock as well. Could be huge. Marcel said, I understood you said that market makers are selling. That's why. Oh, you talked about the gamma. You talked about the gamma. Yes, when I talked about the gamma, I'll bring that up again. Let's see here. So when I talked about gamma exposure in TradeEtix, you'll see if you go to the options section. I think that's where it is. No, it's not. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Yep. Gamma exposure. It's a section here called gamma exposure GEX. It's the gamma exposure per strike price aggregated over all expiration dates. And you can see where there's where you can see where there's massive amounts of gamma exposure. And one that I was highlighting was 1100, considering that we're already past 1050, which is the higher one up here. So when there's a large amount of of positive gamma exposure, market makers to hedge their gammas will be able to sell into the rips up and buy into the rips down past that strike. So let's say theoretically we start rallying to 1100, market makers will have to gamma hedge, and to do so they'll have to bring gamma exposure down so they can sell into the rip ups to 1100. And as that happens, you'll see a dampening effect of the stock price. The opposite is true. If you see a really big red candle on the gamma exposure, market makers to gamma hedge, and that's how you get gamma squeezes sometimes. Market makers will have to buy, let's say, additional gamma as the stock price is rising. That'll lead to more of a pinwheel effect of the stock price, or a positive feedback loop. That's my understanding of it, and that understanding comes directly from past experience with gamma, learning about gamma. But also, this PDF is quite helpful. I'll toss it here in the chat. It's a white paper, and feel free to check it out if you're more interested in it. I hope that helps. 1,064 sitting on Tesla. I'll throw that into the chat here if you want to check it out. Let's see here. STC, I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for hitting the like, folks. We're at how many likes are we at? 207 likes. If it's your first time here, you like talking Tesla, having a good time as we watch the stock, feel free to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. 213 likes. Let's try to get to 500 likes to end Festivus stream. I'm sure after the replay we'll get over 500, hopefully. But let's try to get it. 5 more minutes, folks, into your closing price guesses. Not yet. 5 more minutes. The problem is if I have you guess too soon, what happens is my chat just gets blown, and then I lose it because it's more than like 15 minutes away, and then I can't scroll back. So 5 more minutes. Don't guess now. Don't guess now. Thank you, Heidi and Alan. Appreciate it. Got my Christmas sweater on. Vikrant, do you agree with Dave and Emmett Pepper's price target for Tesla in 2022 being between 800 and 2,000? That's quite big. By the way, we're rallying here, folks. Let's see if we can get past our supply line here at 1,065. Next year. So as we end the year, I think earnings per share estimates are the big one to watch. Let me see if I can pull up my back of the napkin price target for Tesla. Let's see if I can pull up my back of the napkin price target. Let's see here. Oh, need access. Hold on one sec, folks. How do I give myself access to this? Okay, let's check it out. Pull up this one. Where is it? Hold on one sec. Studio mode. Screw it. I'm just gonna copy and paste it over into a new sheet on my. There we go. By the way, here's a little hack if you didn't know this. If you ever wanted to start a new spreadsheet, you can just type into the URL bar, which I don't show here. Just type into URL bar sheets.new. It'll create a new Google Drive sheet for you. Let me see if I can paste everything into this sheet. Okay, I pasted it in. Let's see. Hopefully it stands here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And let's create all the columns a little bit bigger. This is no Excel, folks. Trust me. I love Excel. This is no Excel. Okay. I think what to keep in mind for price targets is I think still 2025 makes sense in my head. Because I think anything before 2021, or yeah, let's say 2022, 2023 makes sense. 2024, 2025 gives you enough kind of runway. When you start going out to 2030, you can get all over the place with how many variables there are. But if you just wanted to model out just Tesla, back of the napkin, auto business, right? This is kind of the way I look at it at the moment. Cars sold in 2025, 4.5 million. Where I'm getting that from is applying a 50% growth rate on deliveries past this year. We're probably going to hit over 900K this year. Applying 50% year over year to 2025 gets us to about 4.5 million cars in 2025. ASP, average selling price of each car, about 50K, gets us to about $225 billion worth of revenue. Margin at 20%. Remember, operating margin currently for Tesla is about 14.5. This is not accounting for 4680 battery cell production. That's, again, this is an assumption I'm making. Gigacastings, other operating efficiencies yet to come. Again, these are all assumptions. You can tweak them if you don't like them. Who cares? And applying a 50 PE to a company that's growing 50% year over year still, probably post 2025, I think that's reasonable. But again, do your own estimation. That gets you up to $45 billion worth of profit at 1 billion shares outstanding. That's about a 45 earnings per share in 2025. 50 PE on earnings per share of that gets you about $2,000 per share. Discounting back, again, discount rate, you can apply whatever you want. Anywhere between, 1600, like let's say 1600 is kind of what the going thesis might be for 2025 earnings per share coming back. And again, this discount rate might be low. Maybe you prefer a higher discount rate. But that's kind of the way to look at it for the time being. And like I said to Matt's like quite literally trained and a professional financial analyst on this sort of stuff, right? That's his job. That's his career path. And I don't need to model everything yet to know that Tesla is still underappreciated, in my opinion. It's undervalued because at the end of the day, if these assumptions hold true, this is what I think it should be worth. Now, as we were approaching 1300 earlier this year, okay, let's revisit. Am I still happy with my discount rate? Am I still happy with this? Then we can revisit some of the stuff. Do I still think Tesla will execute? I think the biggest, thing to look at with Tesla is how much do you value their rate of execution? If you're a Tesla bear, or if you're someone that says Tesla is not even close to worth what it is right now, you're pointing at the fact that Tesla has not executed, which is totally wrong in my opinion. But that's what you're saying, right? It's an execution risk. The technology is there. 4680 battery cells are being made. So it's about execution. And as Tesla bulls, we're saying it's just a matter of time. You guys are not seeing the truth if you don't see it yet. So that's what I kind of look at as a price target for next year is 16 plus 100. And again, markets aren't perfect. There's long periods of time where share prices can underperform what they're valued at a fundamental level. And the opposite is true as well for stocks, right? When they do much, they trade for much higher than they should be worth over the short haul. So anything's possible. Tesla's still undervalued, in my opinion. All right. Thank you. Closing price guesses. Put them in. Thank you, folks. Put your closing price guesses in. And let's see who comes closest. Remember, Price is Right rules. Price is Right rules, meaning if you're even a penny over, by the way, we're rallying, folks. Keep that in mind. Momentum's on our side at the moment, 1,066 on Tesla. If you're even a penny over, you do not win, unfortunately. Someone came 3 pennies over the other day. Keep that in mind. And please keep it to one guess as well. I graciously ask that of you guys. Bobby says price targets are kind of meaningless if you've been long Tesla. It's totally a momentum stock. You just need to stomach the ride. Maybe short term, but in the long run, you need to know what you're holding and what that asset could be worth in the future. albeit 5 years down the line. And to know that at the end of the day, what I'm holding is an asset that I think is worth X amount and it's only worth X minus whatever discount factor, I think that adds to your conviction. And that should be a part of why you hold Tesla is that you think it's an asset that's what's worth a lot more than it is right now. Let's see here. STC says, my hunch is that 4680 battery cells will be killer in a few years. They're going to come out the woodwork and blow them away. Absolutely, for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Great I appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of guesses. Okay, which guess? What am I going to guess? I feel like to keep it fair, I got to put out my guess now. I'm going to say, just for context, by the way, volume weighted average price is 1,044. I'm going to say we close at 1,075. Our high of day is 1,072. I'm going for high of day close. 1,075 on the dot. Keep it simple. Whenever you guess on the dot, you're probably not going to be right. So I'll take that. But I think 1,075. I'm going to go for high of day. To back it up, I'm going to eat a juju slice. Good guesses here, folks. Abel coming in with the 1174. I love it. There we go. Yeah. Ryan says, one version 1 Gigafactory gave us an 8x. What will two version 2 Gigafactories give us? New age Gigafactories, whole new processes, new battery lines, two, like quite literally the biggest factories are coming online, both in size. Folks, we're rallying here. 1,067 on Tesla. Let's do it. Santa rally to end the day. Again, Yashu is going to check. He doesn't have anything closing. Third person talk. Do you guys ever feel like that? Do you guys ever have that paranoia Friday? Today's, for all intents and purposes, today's a Friday. Market's closed. Like that you left something expiring in the money. I don't know. It's just an irrational feel that I always kind of have as a safety mechanism. And now that I opened up a Quest trade, I gotta check the Quest trade too. I hate it. I hate having multiple brokers to check, but unless there's shares, then I just don't even log in. All right, folks. Thanks for guessing. Retired with Tesla says, "What's your prize?" Nice name, by the way. But the prize is virtual juju from me to you for Christmas. Take that with what you want. Good vibes. Eventually, we should get. Eventually, we should get a sponsor for this segment of the show. Like maybe like a small sponsor that gives away something to the winner. I think it's a good idea. TD gives you a courtesy call. It happened with yesterday with SPY expiring that day. Chan, that's awesome. Well, remember with SPY, those are I think cash settled, so I don't think you would have much to worry about anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong. SPX as well, right? Those are cash settled, so nothing should happen. Daniel says lost sound. Oh, hopefully sound comes back. Did anyone else lose sound or? Ryan says don't have that fear. All my options expire worthless. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Oh, you're good? Okay, I hear you. Sound is good. Okay, thanks. Maybe it's just someone had them on mute or something. Audio is good. Okay, thank you, folks. Questrade sold my info the week I signed up. 20 cold calls in 3 days. Really? Oh, that sucks, Mark. I haven't had that experience, but I do get a lot of spam calls. A lot of spam calls. That sucks. Um, eat that orange, folks. I'm afraid to say I've eaten both oranges that I brought to the stream. Find an orange sponsor. Give away jujus. Shipping might be a little bit hard with that. 1,067.75. Tesla is rallying to end the day. Let's go hive day, folks. Let's do it. We have 7 minutes left here, so close. CNBC doesn't want to talk about anything, but looks like in this case, wants to talk about Larry Ellison's bank picks. Interesting. 1,068 on Tesla. We are rallying to end the day, folks. So it looks like window dressing is intact. Frappe on Discord is saying the socks are now on. Hopes this grants us 1,070 close. I hope so too, my friend. He's referring to the Juju socks, which you can buy, by the way, if you want to buy. Hit that bid merch, Juju merch. Link is in the description. 1,068.32 sitting on. Folks, I think we're about to break hive day. Just momentum is kind of speaking Yeah, I think it's about to happen. I think it's about to happen. The question is, do we run out of time? It's about to happen, folks. Uh, Heinrich says, why don't you only buy calls that are settled in cash? Well, most equities aren't settled in cash. SPY, index, SPX, those are cash settled. It's not my decision. It's just based on the underlying. Tesla, Apple, like these are equities. These would not be settled, cash settled options. These would be stock settled or equity settled options, right? If they expire in the money. So yeah, in a perfect world, I mean, maybe you just cash settle everything. I don't exercise things, right? So let's see here. Mr. Drezel says my bet here was bad, but I take the 250K in Tesla holdings. Hey, there you go, folks. 1069 coming on deck here. We got 5 more minutes to close. Let's do it. Happy Festivus for everyone listening. Hope you guys are having an awesome holiday season. Uh, Thank you, Adam Bomb. Adam Bomb says, thanks for the live streaming today. You rock. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was debating whether or not to go live, and then I was like, it's Festivus. I've gone live like 4 times this week, 3 times this week. Let's make it 4. It makes it a lot easier for me to make content. Just sit in front of the camera. You guys do an awesome job chatting with me on in chat, and we make content that way. 1069 sitting. Oh, I thought we were gonna hit 1069 here. Seeing a little bit of weakness, but folks, volume is picking back up. Hey, each one of these candles over 100, about 100K in the 1 minutes. So some volume picking back up. Vic Grant says, can you just explain a discount factor multiple? Yeah, essentially that's me trying to figure out Google Sheets to do NPV. But essentially, I discount back $1 from 2025 with a discount rate of, let's say, 7 or 8%. That dollar is worth like 71 cents on the dollar, and just easier for me to just multiply that into my target. So 2K, let's say, or whatever it is. So it's just the Google Sheets kind of mismatch. Ideal world, I would just do Excel MPV into that. So Hydra says, "Sir, are you saying that there's no calls for Tesla that are settled in cash in the Americas?" No, Tesla's not a cash settled options play. I'm not sure where you're from. Obviously, you're referring to the Americas. Maybe I'm not sure what rules and regulations are there. I, someone let me know if I'm terribly mistaken and I'm missing out on something here. Uh, so basically, by the way, what I mean by cash settled is when the options expire in the money, your broker is going to come to you and say, "Hey, buy Tesla. Hey, sell Tesla shares." When SPY or SPX, and look this up and do your own DD, don't really let anything expire in the money usually ever. So, but when SPY and SPX are cash settled and they expire in the money, you just get the proceeds of what they expired in the money for. Check with your broker on this. uh, Matthew, is a discount factor to inflation? I mean, sort of. It's more of a risk-free rate plus some sort of return plus risk level, right? So the more risk in an equity, the more discount factor or more discount rate you would apply to this. Everyone has their own discount rate. You can discount, let's say, up to 10%. It's just about the value of a dollar today versus the value of a dollar tomorrow, just as Steve says there. So, or Boyle says there. So let's do it. 1068.38, folks. We are just flirting in this zone. We got 2.5 minutes here. Casino stocks apparently popping on the Macau license renewal report. Okay, there we go, folks. You know what? Something I've gotten into in a YouTube rabbit hole lately. We got a couple minutes left to close. 1068 on Tesla. I don't know why I've gotten into this rabbit hole. I don't even play, but I've gotten into card counting blackjack YouTube videos lately. Very interesting niche. Didn't know it was all math. You got these people that just card count, go to these casinos. It's like a mathematical system they run. Super interesting stuff. I don't even play, to be honest. Don't even play. Don't like that sort of stuff, but it's super interesting. It's a rabbit hole that the YouTube algo has fed to me. I'm not sure if anyone's into that sort of stuff. 1068, looks like 1069 got some level of resistance here, folks. You can't make this stuff up. 1069 has a level of resistance on Tesla. Um, Ibrahim says, every time I watch Asher Warren, I need the audio from the TVs as the stereo can't just figure this out. Folks, 1069, we got some resistance here. Who makes this stuff up? Santa is buying into the close. Yeah, honestly, he is. Um, all right, we got a minute here. Oh, minute and 30 left till close here. Oh, talking about Tesla.
They are not going to CES, but they will still unveil their Chevy Silverado
Oh,
EV on
they were.
January 5th. Back to you, Will.
Yeah, they talked about Tesla for like 2 seconds before they turned it around. Um, hold on, let's see here. Wow, applied volatility has gone up as well. Hey, Hunter says, FYI, I'm from Germany, and most equities there are calls set up by banks that are cash settled, and those are not calls for 100 real estate, but calls for. Oh, you're talking about maybe talking about warrants. Good to know, though. Thank you. All right, let's push it, folks. Come on, let's get the juju's in the chat. Let's get the juju's in the chat. We got a minute to close here. GM to unveil electric Silverado virtually at CES. CES is another event that I'd like to go to one day post COVID, hopefully. Yes, macro is selling off into close. SPY, NASDAQ there, or reverse those. 1067. Tesla's still holding up here. Doesn't look like my guess of 1075 is going to hold true yet. We'll see. 30 seconds left here, folks. You folks are guessing. We've already cut off the guess. You guessing now is like, it's kind of illegal, it almost feels like, because you get such an advantage by guessing now. We'll see. Hopefully someone has it on the dot before. We'll see. I don't want to cut any of these guesses off from before. 1067.54. All right, there it is. Closing bell. Happy Festivus for everyone. Looks like Tesla's closed at 1067 on the dot. Scratch everything I said about Tesla not closing on the dot. There it is, 1067. Let me check the chat to see who got that. 1067. Ooh, Corey came a penny over. Bradley came a little bit over. Sean came a little bit over. Salah came a little bit over. Ooh. All right, I'm going to go to 1066. Abe came 1066.66. Cindy as well. Folks, it looks like the winner is Abe and Cindy tied for 1066.66 on Tesla. Corey, I feel for you, man. A penny over. Price is right really screwed you there. Oh, good guesses, folks. Good job. I mean, I would have preferred a high day close, but who cares? 1067, great end of the week for Tesla, folks. What a week! What a candle on the weekly on the Tesla, on the Tesla chart. Check this out. Essentially filling all of this gap between what is this 21 EMA sitting at 892, all the way to the 9-week EMA at 1068. Pretty much finishing at that weekly moving average. When people tell you EMAs, moving averages don't mean anything, they do mean stuff for support and resistance. And this is a clear example of us filling this entirely to the upside. Looking really good for next week. Would have preferred if we close a couple bucks over. Let's see what after hours brings us. But wow. Wow. What a week. On the daily, let's zoom out a little bit on the daily. That was our initial run up to 1250, back down, some chop, some back down again. And again, we have broken past pretty much all daily moving averages now. The next kind of target's looking like 1100. Next psychological level there. And then probably the highs from middle of November of 1200 again. And then we're off to the races. But let's take it step by step. Again, window dressing probably to continue into next week, I think. Let's see how macro shapes up. Good studies coming out about Omicron lately to bring our VIX level back down under $18. Always good to see that. Yeah, awesome week. MD says whoever guesses correct on the Friday live stream should get a small Harry and David orange delivery. Don't even know what Harry and David orange delivery is, but I'm gonna have to Google that after. The real Zyric Tech says sell my Model 3 or sell some stock to get a house loan. Oh man. I don't know. Not financial advice, do whatever you want. I don't know. I wish I had sold less to buy our Model 3. But hindsight's always 2020. You gotta do what you sleep well with at night. Let's see. Yeah, what's our closing cross for the day? Good. Let's check. We had about 724,000 shares traded in the last minute on the closing cross today so far. At least that's what's updated here. So, um, Dan says Tesla's turning off gaming while in drive. I thought that was always the case. I saw the news story come out today that what is it? NHTSA is saying that Tesla to turn off, whatever. I thought that was always the case. Don't ask how I know. Um, yeah, here's the thing with margin, right? Maybe, but I sold some, I don't know, to like last year to buy the Model 3. Not a lot. But to be fair, like I financed a lot of it because I was like, I'm keeping this in. And for a while, it felt good in January at the beginning of January this year, as we saw everything go up. But then Theta Decay ate me alive throughout the year. So you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. For a house loan, though, I mean, depends what market you're in as well for real estate. You could play solitaire. What? Interesting. Karaoke works when you're in drive for sure. I know that, but you have to verify that you're a passenger when you're playing. So, thanks for subscribing, folks. Awesome. Well, folks, happy Festivus, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I'll catch you guys post Christmas. I'll probably still have a video out. I think I'm going to react to Dan Ives' video on CNBC once I get hold of the footage there. Um, have a very happy holiday season with your family. Be well, take a mental break, do what you need to recharge, recoup. And remember, our portfolios are not going to change between now and Monday. Okay. Uh, Unless after hours we get some news, but I doubt it. So take a break, celebrate what's actually worth anything in life, and that's meaningful connections with our family and friends and ourselves and self care. So do all that sort of stuff. All right, guys, take care. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. If it's your first time, hit subscribe, hit like. If you're returning, I appreciate all of the viewers that have come this year. I know it's not the end of the year, so I'm not going to give you an end of the year Mary Chrysler kind of speech right now, but pretty much the 1 year anniversary of the channel on this week. So yeah, I'm super happy, super excited. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. I'm really grateful for the community that we've built, the Juju Gang community, the positivity that hopefully we spread. No negativity allowed around here. We know that. And thank you guys for making the community so awesome. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Much love. Take care. What are you cheering about? Okay. All right, guys. Much love. Take care. I will catch you in the next one. If you want to join the Juju Gang, I'll leave you on this. Patreon link is in the pinned comment. Channel membership is also in the description. Thanks to all the mods as well for modding everything up. And I'll catch you the next one. Join us on Discord. Take care. She's really teasing me back there. Okay, take care. Much love, guys. Peace.